Hello everyone, this is Weston's Weatherwise with another video forecast. In today's forecast, we are going to be breaking down the upcoming major winter storm coming to the plains in Ohio Valley, starting off with our current hazards in the south central United States. As you can tell, we have plenty of winter storm warnings in effect across portions of Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas, along with Tennessee. Now, we also have plenty of winter weather advisories in effect. That includes portions of Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas, and Louisiana, along with one county there in Mississippi. Now, with that all said, we're going to be breaking that down all here in today's forecast for you. Now, I doubt we touch on a lot of this in today's forecast, but I do want to touch on the NWS hazards over in the Ohio Valley. As you can see here in the Appalachian Mountains, we have a few winter weather advisories along with a winter storm warning. We also have some winter weather advisories over here in Kentucky with winter storm watches across Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, and Kentucky. These will all produce some pretty decent snowfall, I will say. As we are about to touch on first, this is going to be our winter weather advisory. So winter weather advisory from 6 a.m. Thursday to noon Friday. Now, I just pulled this one up. This is for all of them. I already checked. So some sleet may mix in at onset, so about at the start. Total snow between 2 and 4 inches. Plan on slippery road conditions. These hazardous conditions could affect Thursday morning and evening commute. I would also plan on some Friday commutes. Now, if we touch on our winter storm warning, you see 4 to 6 inches with a glaze of ice down near the Red River from 6 a.m. Thursday to noon Friday. Now, I would not be surprised if we, for some reason, did get maybe a winter storm warning or two up here, and maybe a few of these counties up here in Oklahoma, and maybe a back towards DFW a little bit more. But I don't expect any to drop south in Louisiana or Mississippi. And I would not be surprised, though, if we do get a few of those added on here in Oklahoma, like across this area. I would not be surprised to see one of our 3 counties there in Arkansas get put into a winter storm warning. So it's definitely something that we need to be paying attention for. Starting off, you see we have our high pressure system dominating here in Oklahoma. That is about to all change as we move on. So let's first start with moving on. You see, this is by tomorrow morning. You already see we have a sleet mixed rain snow mix along with snow showers already starting to form. That is something that we're already having to look out for. So if we move this forward, you see that becomes a lot more widespread, and this is the Canadian model, I'd like to point out. So it's kind of that outlier model. So as you can tell, by about midday tomorrow, we're seeing a pretty big area of a light to moderate snow, heavy at times. You can see these pockets. We're also seeing a pretty big ice event going down in Texas. So that is something that we also need to watch for. Now, if we decide to move this on a little more, you see this becomes a lot more widespread and also a much bigger ice storm. So that is something that we definitely need to watch for, is the potential for an ice storm down here in the south. As you can see, just absolutely major icing. This is as we go into the morning Friday, you can tell. Snow will start to move off into the Ohio Valley, as we will touch that in tomorrow's video. Now, if we go and look at total freezing rain, as you can tell, this is picking up on a pretty big freezing rain event, as you can tell. About 2 inches. It'll be interesting to see if we get that much. We probably will not, because as you saw, glaze of ice, and we would have ice storm warnings in effect if we were going to be seeing 2 inches of ice. I can promise you we would have those. Now, if we go and look at total snowfall, that is what this system is all about. And as you can tell, some decent snowfall, about a foot there near the Red River, going back into portions of Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. You can see we have a few pockets picking up, maybe a foot there towards central Oklahoma. See, we have another one over here in the Oklahoma-Texas panhandle out into northwestern Oklahoma, along with some decent snow going all the way from the Dallas-Fort Worth area all the way through portions of northern Mississippi. You can see we're seeing about 3 to 4 inches of snow here around Tulsa and Oklahoma City. That's an area that we also need to watch for any heavy bands of snow that could get going. And they could make some snow squalls, produce maybe, what I'm saying is probably in this area, this is a wild card area right here. We could see anywhere from 1 to, I'd say, around 4 inches of snow in that area. Now, this is going to be also a little bit more of a toss-up. We could see anywhere from 6 to, I'd say, 14 inches of snow in that area. So we have a few areas of toss-ups that we could either see some pretty heavy snow or light snow. So it's going to be definitely interesting to watch. As I believe, yes, this is the latest drawn. Let's actually move this from central to south central. And here, as we can tell, if we decide to walk this forwards, you can tell we're going to see those snow, ice, rain mixed showers. Then you can see it wants a lot heavier snow, and it wants more of that icing event over there in Mississippi and the Alabama area. So that is another something that we have to really watch. So if we want to look at freezing rain first, or ice, if we decide to take this all the way through, there we go. That should be about all the way through once it loads. Yes. All right. So all the way through, you can see it doesn't have as much as an ice event, but these would probably be enough to spark ice storm warnings if those were the totals that we were going to be expecting, which we are likely not. As stated, glaze of ice possible. So we will not be seeing a huge ice storm out of this. It is most definitely going to be snowfall. But as you saw, we were seeing pretty heavy snow. And yet again, as we see right here, as you can tell down here towards DFW, we're not getting as much snow as anticipated there. And we're really seeing none in this area of winter storm warnings here in Mississippi. So that is another thing that we have to watch. As you can tell, the higher areas of snow are located here in central Arkansas and southeastern Oklahoma. As you can tell, Tulsa is getting a little more on the smart model, especially up in Bartlesville too, about 4 inches. And as you can tell, though, we have these like pockets on this model of heavier snow and then lighter snow. So I'd say anywhere back through here isn't, I'd say north of this line, you have about, I'd say about 1 to 4 inches, and south you have that 6 to 14 being possible. Definitely something that we have to watch for, as this is going to be very interesting to see how this pans out. I will say we have been seeing our low pressure system instead of digging way south down here. We are starting to see it come up a little bit more, which is why we're seeing those higher snow totals across this area now. So it'll be interesting to see if this decides to take more of a northern track. I'd like to just point out a few scenarios. So I'm just going to draw our low pressure system over here, even though it's over here, just to give you an idea. So let's just erase this circle for you. But these are a few of the scenarios that are possible, and I'll tell you my most likely. So one scenario is it goes straight through central Oklahoma, bringing a ton of snow up into Kansas and Missouri instead of that dusting. Another one is it decides to dive towards the Red River. That would bring more snow across these portions. With that said, that is highly unlikely, that scenario, I feel. Another scenario is right here through central Texas. This is what the NAM is picking up on. And what the Canadian model is picking up on is that more southerly track. And with that happening, that would bring a little bit more snow over to Dallas-Fort Worth area. More snow across this area instead of just confined over here. And it'd bring about that anywhere from 2 to 5 inches up there in northeastern Oklahoma. So it's definitely something we have to watch for. I will probably try and have a video out tomorrow morning. No promises, though, that we'll be able to get that done. If not, I will be trying to get you some good content from this. I will probably only see upwards of 6 inches at most, but I will still try and get you guys the best content I can. And who knows, I will say anywhere in this pink area, let's draw that out a little better. Anywhere in this pink area has a chance of seeing snow squalls, which are emergency alerts. And they will either be on whatever radar you're using. They will either be white boxes. They will either be more of a dark blue. This is the darkest blue I have. They will either be dark blue like that, or they could be a light blue like this. I understand those blues are hard to see along with that white, but I just like to let you guys know that those are all a possibility. They are EAS. So if your phone goes off, be like, oh, why am I getting an emergency alert for a snow squall? Because you're going to be seeing blowing snow with reduced visibility down to about a quarter mile to even less than a quarter mile. So it'll be interesting to see. I bet you we do see a few snow squalls tomorrow. I'd say if we were to draw out a cancellation risk, I'd say across this area, more of a Friday cancellation risk. I'd say about anywhere in here, your cancellation risk is going to be more of a Friday, and I put it at about a 50-50 chance of cancellations there. Down here, I'm going to be really aggressive with this. I'm going to put this at a 95% chance of cancellations on Friday, because it looks like Friday is whenever we're going to have the most accumulating snow. I hope you guys all did enjoy today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you are new, as we did hit 71 subscribers today. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Peace.